Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rekak, Radash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well and teach well. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. And salutations to the fellow Akim, our walking with children that believe in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother Adhan Yallah back to you another lesson, and Yahweh Ratazah is edifying. And it's just a quick hit, just a quick impromptu. Just got some scriptures, a couple of scriptures lined up, got 2 scriptures lined up, and whatever else just come to mind, another day of atonement, basically giving up a sacrifice, a spiritual sacrifice, in honor of our big brother Yahweh Shai, as he is the sacrificial lamb, who gave up his body as a living sacrifice, for us to be alive today, for us to be able to be here in the midst of sin with the hope of salvation, And this is Revelations 12, and I'll start at verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, kingdom of our God, and the power of his Yahweh Shai Mashiach, of his anointing, which is Yahweh Shai, For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, right, Esau, which accused them before our power day and night, and before our God day and night. We out here, that's why it's imperative for us to be out here teaching, showing our faith, casting down our accuser, man, our oppressor, standing boldly, man, in the face of those that afflicted us, man, and made no account for our labors, man, and roughly paraphrasing, with hopes to seal the elect for all hell to break loose, which is about to happen, and for us to be saved, man, with the hopes of having salvation, Yahweh Ratazah, I'm part of that number, we are part of that number, those that are listening. Verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, right? Because Yahweh Shai is that sacrificial lamb, and through his blood we are able to be cleansed, And by the word of their testimony, the work, right? The sign and crying that we ultimately do. And they love not their lives unto death, man. Ultimately going through that straight gate, man. The straight and narrow, as our elder like to reference it, into the needle gate, all right? For that camel with that luggage to get through that needle gate, you got to take that luggage off, man. So that's why you become a new creature, bearing this truth. You cut off the old man, you take that spiritual walk, man, and build that spiritual man, ultimately to get that reward, man, that's written, and that's what you sign up for, and ultimately you got to continue to endure to reap the benefits, So, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death, taking the cheerful of the spoiling of their goods, Again, going through those straits, that straight and narrow, just as well as that straight meaning of affliction, From there, I want to go to 1 Corinthians. And this is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 21. Well, I start at verse 20. Where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? Right, because the wisdom and knowledge of this world is foolish to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world, man? Ultimately there is none. you know, because they can't gainsay or resist to what's written and in the prophecies that's coming to pass, man. You know, the evidence that's against them, you know. So, hey, it's nothing but evidence for you to believe, man, you know. And Romans 3:3, for what if some don't believe, man, the gospel, you know, change their doctrines, you know, hey, don't, hey, scoff, hey, you know, we're ultimately taking this day of atonement to put a spiritual sacrifice, hey, ultimately, because our big brother Yahweh Shah took that spiritual sacrifice, man, going through the straits, man, that affliction, you know, and no servant is greater than his master, man, you know, as the scriptures say. So we have to go through that same affliction, you know, and if need be, all the way unto death, man, as he went all the way till he was persecuted, you know, for our sakes. Verse 21, for after that in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe, right? You know, because the world, what they think, their own vain opinion don't matter. And they way, you know, they seek out to go about their own way of righteousness, right? Their way is leading them to death, man. They're blind leaders of the blind, you know. But the foolishness of those who they think to be foolish, right? Hey, that the foolishness of preaching, the Lord said, man, that they're going to be saved. Because hey, through the foolishness of preaching, man, you know. And hey, as the prophecies are speaking and coming to pass, man, is nothing but a faith booster to keep enduring, man. Enduring, hey, to see the outcome in the end, you know, and be on the good side, Yahweh Tazah, you know. So hey, just taking this day to not eat, you know, and basically be on the fast, not eat and drink, you know, like just for a day, as Yahweh Shah, our big brother, did it for 40 days and 40 nights, you know. And ain't no servant is greater than his master, man. Just one day, you know, as he says, hey, at a light affliction. All right, let me get that right quick. That's 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Start at verse 17, and it reads, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding external weight of glory. Right, man, you know, the kingdom, the brooks of honey, the everlasting life, right? While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You know, and that's that faith, you know, Hebrews 11. You know, the things that are not seen, the evidence and the substance of things that are not seen, you know. That's ultimately what faith is, man. That's what it's going to come down to. And this is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 28. Salakia. Verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all of them also that love his appearing. You know, and this is Paul speaking. You know, how he kept his fight, man. He finished his course, man. You know, and he's hoping for that crown, man. He's gonna get that crown. Hey, for fighting to the end. You know, Sirach 4 and 28, strive unto the truth and to death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. You know. So just as Paul did that work, man, ultimately to reach that crown, man. You know, we want to be standing at the end, you know, receiving that crown, man. You know, written in the book of Ezra. 2nd of Ezra, lucky. All right. ultimately, it's just some quick precepts on just going into keeping the faith. I'm ultimately on break, at the plantation. But I just wanted to just do a little quick impromptu, quick lesson, and Yahweh Ratazal was edifying, on this day of atonement, just basically a keep working and keep pushing forth towards this truth, man, because it's gonna ultimately something we can't even imagine, man. It's something great, and ultimately we just gotta keep fighting and finish our course, and Yahweh Ratazal. This lesson was edifying, and shalom.